They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see a squad from the back, the Purdue Boilermakers, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Ducks will kick it away first. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Boilermakers offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Autzen. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Boilermakers will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, and just like that, they'll have to give it up. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Ducks offense taking the field for a chance. We have to see them today. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. A strike downfield. Now the connection takes it to the 11. And the Ducks have their offense in high gear. The give to the back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Now the play fake. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. And after the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, this offense faces 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. Trying to keep the drive alive. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? This noise is deafening, trying to keep this offense from being able to operate. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Turning it on. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Orlando. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Looking to fire. He's got an open man. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
You know, these little 1 to 2, 3-yard gains early, they're like body blows in a boxing match, and those gains become 10, 12, 15-yarders as the game goes on, and they wear this defense down.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it. And the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
And the Boilermakers will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Takes the handoff. It's Kane. Plows through the defense. Oh, the sweet spin, and he's free. He's into the open down the middle. Touchdown, Oregon. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. You know they love their track at Oregon, and when the gun goes off and he hits open field, he is headed to the tape, and he was burning by the time he hit the end zone.
And they've had guys year after year with serious track speed. They'll get you the small runs, lull you to sleep, and then boom, they make those big plays because they got big-time playmakers with speed at running back.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Georgia Southern is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Western Michigan. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. The Boilermakers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. On the option. He'll toss it. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play.
You can skin the cat a lot of different ways. You're just trying to get enough yards to pick up that first down. It's not the dive man. It's not the quarterback. He makes the right read, pitches it out, and he's just able to get enough to keep these sticks moving.
He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. Dropping back, it's Orlando. It's complete. Shakes off the defender. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
The Boilermakers have this offense rolling. Here comes the option. And the ball is free on the pitch. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And that's fumbles in consecutive weeks. Coaches don't like that. They start to, you know what happens is the trust factor goes out the window. I don't want to run you as much because I can't trust you as much, especially in big spots. Got to hold them to that football.
And he makes a completion there, set up and in business at the 20. Pulls it and fires to the left. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Line getting set on second down. He's got it on the move. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9. New center down's right on the doorstep for this offense. A first down run in the red zone. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Back to pass. Makes the catch. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces third and goal. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! Fit it in the window for the score.
Third and goal situation. As a quarterback, you're thinking, I got to find Mr. Dependable. Who is that? It's always the tight end. He does a nice job on the route. He's a really big target. That was a smart decision by the quarterback, and it ends up being a touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Looks like he's going to try to return it. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Once that ball was loose, the offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And the defense did everything right against that option play. They got to the quarterback. They forced him to keep it. Not only do they create the fumble, but they jump on it behind the line of scrimmage. That is just perfect option defense.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Direct snap. It's Kane. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Offense trying to pay it off on second and goal. Powers forward. Touchdown, Oregon! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defense all year long.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Looking for blockers. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Snap to the back. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Pressure coming. He's dropped on the sack, and now the hill gets even steeper. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. The Boilermakers decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Boy, that seemed to be prime return territory. Instead, he'll make the fair catch. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
And And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needs. They found themselves now in a hole. They're trailing. Got to get pressure on this QB. Can't give him time to get comfortable. They get to him, get the big sack. Maybe this gets them back in the football game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Motion from the back. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Fires one high and deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And that will extend their lead even further.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Dropping back, it's Orlando. Working the middle, it's complete. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. And the Boilermakers come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. The Boilermakers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass on 2nd down. Quick strike complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Just keep slinging it. Working the big fella downfield and outside. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. On the option. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. The Boilermakers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Goes to the option. Running back searching for a hole. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They want to run this quarterback. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. Wants to go up top. Finds his target down the middle. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. The Boilermakers come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Back to throw, it's Orlando. Trying to set up the screen. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Obviously, great job picking up the first down there through the air, but you're trailing by a lot of points now, and you're in that area of the field where you should take a shot. If I was the offensive coordinator, I'd be thinking about throwing this next one into the end zone and trying to cut into the lead.
Makes the grab. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. And the Boilermakers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Bring in the heat. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. He'll take it himself. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Purdue!
And nice job by this offense, putting the scoring drive together. And now, listen, it's not even halftime yet. So keep fighting, going to halftime, regroup. We found a little something on this drive. See if we can cut into this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
Lining up for the PAT. And after the extra point, they're now down 24-7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
And we'll have a shakeup in the MAC standings this week. Check this out. Notre Dame went into hostile territory and came away with a convincing victory. The Irish always get everyone's best punch, but today they took that punch and delivered a knockout of their own. A busy day in the MAC, and an outcome that figures to shuffle the deck there as we send it back to you.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Catch in the middle, it's Lemon. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Throws to the tight end. Got a man, it's Thomas. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. Looking to throw on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Kane. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it. And it's 3rd down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. Absolutely center cut. And now the lead is even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Returner's going to try to see what he can get. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Just enough time for one final play of the half. They'll leave it with him. Ran through the contact. And after that short game, they'll head to the locker room. It's halftime here. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Eugene. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in Autzen Stadium.
The Boilermakers will boot it away to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the 3rd quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Ducks will punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Let's see what he can do with it. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Looking for a man. It's Orlando. Here's a heat. Makes the grab. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. Takes the easy completion. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. The Boilermakers have it with a 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Quick pass on the fly motion. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
When I see the defense in man coverage, I'm trying to get my fast guy versus their worst corner. Trying to get a great matchup on the outside, take advantage of it to make big plays.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the 2nd half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Boilermakers are on the move. The give out of the gun. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After losing a couple of yards, it's now 2nd and 12 as they try to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. And the Boilermakers will hunt it away on 4th down. Fair catch is signaled for and made. They'll mark it at the 12, and they'll start in a bit of a hole. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. He's got his man. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. The Ducks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to fire. A little screen to the running back. There he goes. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. Oh, he's getting ahead. Touchdown, Ducks! And the punishment has been extended.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown.
Purdue 7.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Guided out of bounds at the 32 after a good return. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it. Off play action on 1st down. Right down the middle. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And defensive backs you think don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah.
Here comes the offense back onto the field. To the air on first down. He's got his man. Breaks into the open. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Lemon. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. And the Ducks are threatening in the red zone. Here's the handoff. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Kane. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat. It'll be 3rd and long. Sends it back in motion. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Kane. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They want to throw it. He wants it all. And he was looking to the end zone, and they couldn't make the connection. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that.
Touchdown, Oregon! Quick strike through the air for the score.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. To the air, it's Orlando. Setting up the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Back to pass. Under fire. Moving past the 25. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The throw to the outside is complete. They use that sideline as a defender and get him out of bounds at the 36. The Boilermakers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Quarterback will keep it. That's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
I love those smashes where you can hear it up here. Reese, goodness gracious, you can hear the contact. Such a big lick. The offensive guy doesn't hold on to the football. Huge momentum swing. Big turnover forced by the defense.
They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. I don't know if it was luck or aggression, or the coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. Might have have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. He leaves it with his back. Couldn't really get started there. Pickup of 1 to the 35. And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a 3rd and long. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. And he's got it counted all the way to 55. Never in doubt. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds. He'll be short of the first down. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. Oh, they're after him. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Gets it out fast. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down.
False start offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The Boilermakers line up to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. They'll go to the ground. And some room to work. Oh, he's got some space. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. The Ducks, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Looking downfield, it's McMillan. Got a man. Now the connection takes it to the 11. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. From the gun, running back on the move. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He'll pull it on the read. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. So here comes the field goal unit once again. They've already kicked 3 tonight. And this one is perfect. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They'll start this drive with a pass. Grabs it in the middle. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Motion from the wide receiver. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the big fella. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Looking downfield, it's Orlando. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. The Boilermakers come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get the first through the air. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. And here comes the punt team. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the...
Turning it on! Past the sticks, and he may get more. He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked with the Wildcat. The Ducks, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Throws for the tight end. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hand. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. Direct snap. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Caught in the backfield, it's Harris. He'll be out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 24. And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Ducks! The defense gets it done with a huge interception return. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Scanning the field, it's Orlando. Using the quick game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
And the Boilermakers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Still firing away as he'll go down swinging. Hit as he throws. And the pass is incomplete, and the ball game is complete. Not a lot of drama in this one as they just get punched in the face and lose by double figures.
Not a lot of drama, but there is a lot to fix. On offense, on defense, on special teams. This team, David, they've got a lot to figure out.
Yeah, but you know what, Jesse? The coaches are going to be in a great mood. The bus rides, the plane rides, those will all be real fun. Practice this week, it's going to be a blast.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.